I feel so helpless, but I'm gonna do my best, 'cause even the longest journey begins with a single step. Maybe we won't always find forgiveness, give our wildest dreams the wings to fly. Maybe we won't always love our neighbor, but we can try. Oh, we can try. Yeah. We can try, we can try. We can try, we can try. We can try, we can try. We can try, we can try.
Yes, David Trolley, we've been trying, haven't we? We have been trying, and I wanted to acknowledge that this morning. I wanted to go back beyond 2021 for a minute. I wanted to go back to October 25th, 2020, when I did a talk that was entitled, "It's Okay If You're Not Okay." You might remember that, and I want to tell you that it's still okay if you're still not okay. It's still okay. We've been trying to get out of this thing. Since I did that talk in October, we have gone through as much as we went through before October, it seems. Who would have thought that after the election and things settling down around the holiday, that we would see an insurrection on the Capitol of the United States, that there would still be shenanigans going on everywhere. But we're trying. And so what we need to do is continue to try. I just call your attention to the fact that it's all okay. No matter what's going on, it's okay not to be okay. Some days are just harder than others. They're just harder than others. Do I get a vaccine? Do I don't get a booster? Do I put a mask on here? Do I not put a mask on here? Should I get on an airplane or should I not get on an airplane? What should I do? Should I send my kids to school? Should I keep them home today? Go to the center of your being. Take a deep breath, breathe in and breathe out, and you have all the answers that you need. You know what to do. It's not about what Barbara's doing or what Noah and Koa are doing. It's about what you think, what you hear from the center of your being. Sometimes we should all be allowed to fall apart so that we can find ourselves again. If you're looking around, if you're trying to find yourself, or if you've lost yourself again, it's okay. We'll find ourselves again. It's okay to still be searching. It's okay not to be okay. Give yourself that permission. David Trolley?
Imagine there is no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there is no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one.
Imagine, imagination, the gift of imagination, our faculty of imagination, the first step in the creative process. And in January of last year, we began looking at the creative process, the fact that imagination is that first step, that first spark, that even in the darkness of the creation process in Genesis, the first step was let there be light. And so even in the darkness, there's that possibility of creation, that probability of something new. Let there be light. So no matter what the situation is, there's light. There will be light. You can call light forward in that first step of the creation process. And in our church, we said we're going to focus on two things in 2021. We're going to focus on how to stay centered no matter what. And we want to take a look at our 12 powers. And we did that. We looked at many, many different ways to stay centered no matter what. And we looked at the 12 powers in depth. We had classes, we had guest speakers. My goodness, did we have guest speakers getting all kinds of different points of view on the 12 powers. And then we stopped and we took a look at our church. And it's so amazing. Well, I have a slide here that I put up on that Sunday in January of last year. And some of the highlights of the creative process for our church included continuation of guest speakers in relevant classes and workshops, along with the formation of a team to generate ideas and speakers. Well, we did that. We had relevant speakers and great workshops all year, and it said we needed a budget that works, that keeps solid reserves and move us into forward motion. Well, we're certainly in forward motion. We've increased our reserves, and we're just about ready on the board to look at a new budget moving forward. And I am so just overwhelmed to tell you that this year's pledge results, and we'll have more on this, but produced an increased number of pledgers and an increased amount of pledging for 2022. Thank you. What a gift. What a gift of the creative process. What a community. But we'll talk about community in a minute. We also said that we would take a deep dive into sustainability and stamina. And Sue Barton took her team, and we know that we're sustainable, and we are really, for one of the first times in years, looking at what our stamina is. What stamina do we have to sustain ourselves at a level that we're comfortable with? And so that doesn't mean that we're setting up church and taking it down and going through the mass today and the mass tomorrow. We're going to stay virtual through 2022. And our team did surveys and really looked at it and looked at what was going on. And we also said that we'd have increased utilization of our virtual assistant. And Samantha's been wonderful. She and Joy worked together to get the e-news out, and she's got ideas of her own. She's a feisty little thing, and it's just so much fun to work with her. And I don't have to say a thing between her and Mrs. Duffy. They've got me covered. As a matter of fact, they've got me corrected, which is a good thing. And so does Harry Ollendorf, by the way. Thank God for Harry and John Duffy and David Morse. I mean, we've come such a long way. And yes, thank you. Thank you. And one of the other things was reassessing the duties of the board and the number of board members. Well, we've done that, and we've lowered the number of board members. We have a lovely board. It's 4 of us and Samantha, and we're doing just great. We have great board meetings. We'll see you all Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock. To the leadership of Pat Wright, who was the previous board president, and now John Duffy, who, well, he's doing a fabulous job. He's just doing a fabulous job. And so we've moved really ahead. And so we used imagination. We used that creative process. Remember, imagine. Imagine there's no heaven. Imagine there's no hell. Imagine, bring your thoughts into reality. Divine mind produces ideas that through imagination and faith, we create substance. David Trolley.
Weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together in love. We are many textures, we are many colors, each one different than the other, but we are entwined with one another in one great tapestry. Weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together in love.
And so then in August, we came together as a community for Membership Sunday. And what a delight to welcome David Trolley and Kathy Lytle, Carrie McKenna, Sue Frederick, Marilyn Alberti, and Dr. Caroline de Funshine, the doctor of all things, as members of our community. And we said in our unity of purpose and our love of God and the energy of the universe, we are dedicated truth students. We believe in the revealment of truth, direct from spirit, is the rock on which the church is built, and that we believe that the church is not really a place, but always a people. Never a fold, but always a flock. Never a sacred building, but always a believing assembly. And as we, individual students of truth, unite in spirit, drawn into cooperation and friendship through invisible bonds of love and mutual interest in truth, we strengthen one another and work together. And we were reminded by the psalmist who said, "Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity." And so I stop and think about our unity of spirit and the unity that we create virtually and in person. The hybrid meetings that we have, the Slide Hill Park get together, the little group meetings that are happening. And I also think of my own unity of spirit with my family that I see here on the day after Christmas, a family that I didn't know I had. Just like my family at Unity Center of Davis, my family, my sister, my great niece, my my great nephews. I mean, I didn't know I had all this family, and I didn't know I had all you, but together we found how very good and pleasant it is when brethren come together in unity. And so we move forward in unity together, and we, if you would, please join me in extending your right hand forward, extending the right hand of fellowship forward to each other right now. How very good and pleasant it is when brethren come together in unity. Thank you. Thank you. David Trolley?
Hear me in your heart. I am calling you. Listen to your heart. I am here. Hear me in your heart. I am calling you. Listen with your heart. I am here. Calling out your name, whispering your name. Hear me in your heart. I am calling you. Listen to your heart. I am here. Hear me in your heart. I am calling you. Listen to your heart. I am here, calling out your name, whispering your name. Hear me in your heart. I am calling you. Listen to your heart. I am here.
It was in March, Palm Sunday, that Christy Mattal was here and sang that song, Hear Me in Your Heart. Let's prepare for a brief time of meditation now, as we settle into this special moment by taking a deep breath in, deep breath in, and holding it for just a moment. And slowly letting it out, and listening. We stop and listen for a few moments. Hear me in your heart. I am calling you. Hear me in your heart. We open our heart. We open our heart to love, joy, peace, hope, and faith. God is calling us. The universe calls us. There is but one presence and one power in my life and in the universe. The presence and power of what we call God. God, all good, all beauty. Where time and space meet. Where time and space don't meet. Where galaxies come together and fall apart. Where stars shoot forever and ever. My heart opens wide and listens. For the universe is calling. The universe is calling, and all I have to do is say yes. 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 Breathing in and out now, settling into the gifts that the universe has given me. I am imagination. I am understanding and wisdom. I am zeal and power. I am strength. I am faith. I am elimination. I am life. I am love. I am a love that passes all understanding. I am the love of the universe. Hear me in your heart. We sit for the moment in the silence and listen in the silence. Breathing in and breathing out now. Allowing gratitude to flow through my body. Gratitude for listening. For when I open my heart and listen, when I listen to my heart, answers are there. Decisions are made. I know exactly what to do. My mind is open. My mind is clear. I've been quiet and I listen. Coming back to this time and place now, wiggling our fingers and wiggling our toes and taking a deep breath in and exhaling and slowly opening the eyes. We say, thank you, God. Thank you. David Trolley, no, don't. I wanted to say just a little bit more about Hear Me in Your Heart. For what we talked about that Palm Sunday was decisions, decisions, decisions. And we talked about the story of Jesus sitting on a donkey outside the city of Jerusalem, he wasn't even on the donkey yet. He sent some disciples off to get the donkey to bring it back so he could ride into Jerusalem on the back of a donkey. And he was saying, what am I doing riding into Jerusalem on Passover on the back of a donkey? This is crazy. Should I be doing this? I'm sitting here alone. And then he went to his heart. And he heard it in his heart. No, you're not alone, Jesus. I'm right here, no matter what it seems like. I'm always here. You and God are one. And go to your heart, and you'll know whether to ride into the Jerusalem, to the temple on the back of an ass. And so Jesus took a moment, took a minute's breath, and said, yes, ride in on the back of that ass, ride in on that donkey. Grab Steve Chicato and ride in and go in. And so by going to his heart, by allowing his heart to speak to him, he knew exactly what to do. And we still have some decisions to make, don't we? So I want to call us all, the world, every being on this planet, to go to their heart and listen when it comes to climate change, when it comes to human rights, when it comes to racism, when it comes to wars in the name of God, when it comes to assault shootings, assault weapons, and mass shootings. Let's go to our heart. Let's Let's listen. The answers are already there. David Trolley?
So many things we can't control, so many things that happen every day, so many heartaches that pierce the soul, so much pain that won't ever go away. Well, how do we make it better? How do we make it through? What can we do when there's nothing we can do? We can be kind, we can take care of each other, we can remember that deep down inside we all need the same thing, and maybe we'll find, if we are there for each other, that together we'll weather whatever the storm may bring. And it's not enough to talk about it, not enough to sing a song. We must walk the walk together, you and I, do or die. We've got to try to get along. We can be kind, we can take care of each other, we can remember that deep down inside we all need the same thing, and maybe we'll find, if we are there for each other, that together we'll weather whatever the storm may bring. And maybe we'll find true peace of mind if we always remember we can be kind.
Well, he always knocks that out of the ballpark, doesn't he? Yes, David Trolley. Thank you, David Trolley. And you know, we talked a lot about Pema Chodron this year. We shared a lot of her wisdom, her insights, but we talked about Maitri and about kindness, about loving kindness for ourselves, about loving ourselves, about being kind to ourselves. And so as we're knowing that it's okay not to be okay, we're kind to ourselves. We always have a choice. Pema Chodron teaches we can let the circumstances of our lives harden us and make us increasingly resentful and afraid, or we can let them soften us and make us kinder. Pema defines Maitri as developing loving kindness and an unconditional friendship with ourselves. She explains that Maitri is based upon the idea that we can't attain enlightenment, let alone feel contentment and joy, without seeing who we are and what we do, without seeing our patterns and our habits. Maitri is developing loving kindness and an unconditional friendship with ourselves. Maitri is based on the idea that we can't move forward without beginning to accept and see who we are and what we do and love that about ourselves and be kind to ourselves about the things we want to change until we change them. And that we take that loving kindness and give it away. We give it to others. Loving kindness, my treat. David Trolley.
One power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Bahaluha, angel's wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power.
One power, one presence in my life and in the universe. And so I wanted to call at least just one of the 12 powers to your attention. And of all the ones I could have chosen, I love the power of divine order. For in it is your ability to keep God first in your continuous development. With God first in your life, you don't have to concern yourself with the details of how things are going to work out. The need to manipulate people and events disappears and changes because changes begin to take place all around you. How does one find order and proper sequence under pressure? You don't. And so when you relax and let go and let God, when you open your heart, when you swing wide the doors, God moves in and through you. Just say, God first. Just say it, God first. This starts your consciousness accepting the proper connections and sequences of information and inspiration. The minute your priority moves from God to money, lust, or ego, your sequence has permission to slip into chaos, And if you feel you don't know where to begin or which step to take, insist on God first in your life and mystery will begin to unravel. Remember that you're on a journey of consciousness development and transformation. But when you're going someplace, you should always know where you're going and how you're going to get there before you start out. And so remember that in consciousness development, the goal is the attainment of the Christ consciousness. And so all this year, we've been working on the attainment of the Christ consciousness. We've been opening our hearts and opening our minds to our Christ consciousness. We've been having music and message and meditation and classes and workshops, and we give thanks for all those that have been our teachers, that have sang for us and played music for us. And we look forward to going forth in 2022 with more of the same, knowing that through love and peace and kindness, we can see peace in this world. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you. And now Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, David Trolley. Thank you. David Trolley, everybody. Thank you. The music ministry of David Trolley. And David Morse, I wanted to get you ready because we're going to move into the offering now. And I wanted to take a moment and give thanks for your offerings to this ministry, for the pledges that you made last year and for the pledges that you made this year. Thank you for them and in advance for the ones for this year. And if you'd like to make an offering right now, today, just go into the chat. Kevin has already placed the link to the offering button in the chat. We keep Richard Fujinami, our bookkeeper, busy. Let me move Miss Puma out of the way here. I'm sorry. There we go. There's Miss Puma. Hi. Hi, everybody. There's Miss Puma. She's one power and one presence. And so if you'd like to give, just click on that link or use snail mail or go to the website or the e-news. And our offering blessing, if you join me in it, as we say it together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful. And now please join me in our peace song.
And let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me.
And please join me in our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. And the presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you so much for being here today. Go forth and have a great day. Kevin is going to be breaking us up into 2 breakout groups this morning, maybe 3. I don't know what he's doing. I better let him go and let it all be in divine order.